I thought today would be the best day to make this video because today I'm getting a sewing machine upgrade. After one of my last videos, I had so many comments from you guys asking just what on earth this machine actually was. And so I thought today would be perfect as I say goodbye to my old Juki and say hello to my new one. Today would be the perfect day to actually show you through all of my sewing machines and actually introduce you to what an industrial sewing machine actually is. Welcome back, my lovely ladies and gents, and for all of you new people here, welcome. My name is Evelyn Wood, and on this channel we talk everything about sewing, vintage and fashion. And as I said, today is sewing machine talk time. Now, I had a lot of comments on one of my last videos about just what this machine is. So let me introduce you to the industrial sewing machine. Now, this is my old industrial sewing machine because this one is about to skedoodle out of here and get a fantastic upgrade to a brand new machine. The Vintage Fashion House is going to be upgraded. I'll show you through my new one in a little more detail when it arrives. I was first introduced to industrial sewing machines back in fashion college, and we actually had Jukis just like this one, which is kind of why I bought this one about 6 years ago or so. It was secondhand, and this right now is 20 plus years old, this machine. It's quite old. The industrial machines are meant to just work and work and work. They do one job and one job only. So you have one machine for straight sewing, another machine for hemming, another machine for doing overlocking, another machine for doing, you get the idea, right? It just does one single job. That's it, but it does it really, really well. This here is the Juki DDL 555ON-7. Now, this one has been amazing, except in the last year I've had some problems with it, more the computer issues with it, which issues like that are very, very expensive to actually repair, and this being an older model, sort of the start of the computerized versions, it's extremely expensive and, in the mechanic's opinion, not really worth fixing. So I've had to weigh up options of what do I do, and I've decided to invest in a brand new Juki machine. The Vintage Fashion House is getting an upgrade and I'm so excited. So it is just about time for them to arrive actually. So I better skedoodle and get this one ready for the arrival of the new Juki. Yeah, that's okay. All right, bye. So disappointing. Apparently they've double booked deliveries for this morning, and I'm going to have to wait until much later this afternoon to get my new machine. So I'm going to have to wait a little longer. Next up is my industrial overlocker, and this would be my number 2 workhorse in my day-to-day sewing activities. So this again just does overlocking, an industrial overlocker. It sews really, really fast. It is really, really smooth to use. Mine is a 5-thread, but I've only really ever used the 3-thread version because I just use it for overlocking, but I love it. Again, this is quite an old machine. This one would probably be 30 years old. I actually don't know. But it's a brother and it just goes and goes and goes, and I love it. Love it so much. I upgraded to this one at the same time I got my industrial sewing machine, maybe 6 or something years ago. Unfortunately, this one just keeps on working. There's no electronics in this one. It's an old clutch motor. It just keeps going and going and going. So I think I'll have this one for quite a while still. Not a magic trick. This is my NECCHI. NECCHI? It's Italian, I think, and I can't pronounce it. So this golden oldie was actually gifted to me by a friend of mine who didn't need it any longer. It's the old style. It's built into the cabinet. It sort of opens up, so you've got the tabletop here, and this like folds up and it folds down. Probably can't show you because I've got things on it. So this machine is actually a sort of embroidery machine. So it has all these different cogs that you put in the top section here, and it does all types of embroidery stitches. It's really fantastic. I actually have this one set up with the white thread all the time. so that at any moment I can actually sew on my clothing labels in the right thread without having to change and swap all the time. I just keep this one with white, and that's what I mostly use this one for, sewing on my labels. But it's really fun to play around with the embroidery stitches, and I do plan to do a lot more with that in the future. If I were to guess, I think it could be from around the 60s. I'm really not sure. Okay, something you might be a little more familiar with. My domestic overlocker. As you can tell, I don't really use this one a lot anymore. Because I have my industrial overlocker, it really just makes this one kind of obsolete. I do still use this one from time to time though, mostly for things like a rolled hem, or if I'm doing anything with knitwear and want the sort of 4-thread function to sew the seam at the same time as the overlocking, which is extremely rare, by the way. I don't do knitwear anymore. So this is the second overlocker that I've had in my lifetime. I had my first straight sewer and overlocker and upgraded those when I was in fashion college. And this is that second one, and it still goes perfect. I've maintained it and I love it, and it still works. It's a little noisy and probably a little clunky, but it still works great with the differential feed. Is just what I need for those knitwear options when I'm doing those. This is one you'll be much more familiar with. This is my domestic straight sewer. After my 2 industrial machines, this one would be the next one that I use the most. So I've had this for about 14 years now. This is my brother. It's an NX600, and unfortunately I don't think they make this model anymore. I have been sublimely happy with this machine. I love it so much. This is the second ever sewing machine that I ever have owned. The very first one I had was the one that I got when I was 14 years old, and I used that up until fashion college when I replaced it with this beauty. So this one I fell in love with instantly. It has an automatic knee press to lift up the presser foot. It has a 1-step buttonhole that changed my whole sewing world, and has a number of embroidery stitches on it. It is just fantastic, but it still runs absolutely great. And I use this one for buttonholes, for zigzagging, for sometimes basting, sometimes finer fabrics. And I've had to use it a lot because this one has not been working so good for the past while, as you know. So it's gotten a lot of use, and it's time that it had a little holiday, I think. But this one will remain true. I love this brother and I would recommend it all the time, as I said, but unfortunately I don't think they make it anymore. But if you know, let me know. So clearly I don't use this one almost ever anymore because I can't really even get it down without pulling all of these books and everything down, and so I'm not going to do that. This here is my brother cover stitch machine. So I got this one when I was very first starting my fashion label, like 100 years ago, just fresh out of fashion college. This, and I used to do, way back then, I used to do knitwear as well. I got my this cover stitch machine. It's a domestic version, as it's not set into a table, but this does the double stitching, like the hems on knitwear. So you know we've got the 2 rows of stitching, and the overlocking looks like it's underneath the fabric on a hem. That's called a cover stitch, and that's what this machine does, and it just does that. And because I don't really do any knitwear anymore, I haven't used this in so long, and hence why it's kind of stuck up here all on its lonesome. There is in fact one more sewing machine that I do own, and this one is under lock and key, not really, in my cabinet here. It is purely for display. Look how pretty it is. It no longer obviously functions. It's missing the whole bottom of it, but I just think it is so beautiful and sits in my cabinet of beautiful things. Isn't it sad? Do you get attached to like machines like this? I think back and I think, you know, this is the machine that I started my business with, that I got just, you know, really for that reason, to start my own label. This is where every one of those pieces that from my collection on this machine is what they were sewn on, and all those refashions that you see, everything on my YouTube videos, it's all done mostly with this machine. And well, it's sad to say goodbye. I'm excited about my new one, but I always think about all the memories and the things that I did with this one. So Be sad to see it go, but I can tell you I'll probably get over it very quickly when my new run arrives. But until then, I just say goodbye. It's here, it's here, it's here, it's here. Welcome. This is my new Juki 9000. So this is my new Juki 9000. I know, it sounds like that scene in like the Harry Potter movie, I think, when the broomstick. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. Okay, so this is going to be my main #1 sewer that does basically 80% of all the sewing that I do. So industrial machines have knee presses that actually, when you press this, it lifts the foot. I don't know if you can see from there. You can go slow or flat out. And it auto back tacks and cuts your fabric. I know, fabulous. So I've wanted this new machine for so long. I cannot wait to get into it. What are the main differences with this upgrade? Well, one, it's new, so there's no problems. I can sew on it whenever I want. Two, the bobbin winder is actually on top of this new guy. And one of the biggest functions is that there's no oil bath. In the old ones, they actually sit underneath here is like a bath of oil, and like you get oil everywhere. This gets really messy, dirty, you have to change it. These new ones, it's all encased in the container, so it's a lot cleaner and like there's no mess. It's really good and good for transport as well. And there's actually, on these new machines, there's no belt. I know, sewing machines have run the same way for so long. This one is a direct drive. Don't ask me exactly what that means. All I know is that it means it doesn't run on a belt. Now, I won't show you in detail all the functions and features of this because I doubt many of you will be getting yourselves an industrial machine, but if it is something that you're interested in me showing you this little baby, let me know and maybe I will do a video on it. But otherwise, now you have been introduced a little bit to industrial sewing machines and you know what they are. Oh, and it weighs like a ton, an absolute ton. It's built into this table, of course, like you saw it, like it all comes in this table. This is so heavy. Hence why you only have them in like heavy duty workrooms where you need a big workhorse like this to just sew. Hopefully this will be mine for the next 20 years. Now, do keep in mind that I have been sewing since I was 14, and that was a long time ago. And I've collected these sewing machines over a long time, and each have their different uses. Some all the time, and some, as you saw, not so much anymore. But that's my collection of sewing machines, and I really hope that you've enjoyed having a look at what I use them for, and seeing what these crazy big tabletop industrial machines actually are. Let me know which one you found the most interesting, or if you're looking to upgrade yourself, what's the machine that you want next? Let me know in the comments below. I always love reading. If you have any suggestions on future videos you'd like to see, I'm always welcome to hear those as well. So thank you so very much for watching, and until next time, bye. Okay, new plan. That's, yeah.